I'm from Maliba Pharmacy College and my name is Priyank Christian. I'm currently studying in Family Third Year. Today, for the presentation, my topic is glucocorticoids. If you look into the history, glucocorticoids were discovered in the 1940s as extract of the adrenal cortex, and this was followed by the isolation of adrenocorticotropic hormone from pituitary gland extracts. The man behind the drug. In 1946, Edward Calvin Kendall isolated four steroidal compounds from adrenal extracts, which he named compounds A, B, E, and F. Compound E would become known as cortisol and was synthesized later that year by Sarret. The therapeutic potential was discovered by rheumatologist Philip Hench in a patient suffering from rheumatoid arthritis. Hench and Kendall were awarded the Nobel Prize for Medicine and Physiology in 1950. Introduction. Glucocorticoids are steroid hormones widely used for the treatment of inflammation, autoimmune diseases, and cancer. To exert their broad physiological and therapeutic effects, GCs bind to the GC receptor, which belongs to the nuclear receptor superfamily of transcription factors. If you look into the classification of glucocorticoids, it is mainly classified into three types: short acting, intermediate acting, long acting. The half life for short acting is less than 12 hours and it consists of hydrocortisone. The half life for intermediate acting is 12 to 36 hours and it consists of prednisolone, methylprednisolone, and triamcinolone. The half life for long acting drugs are more than 36 hours and it consists of dexamethasone and betamethasone. Glucocorticoids are one of the corticosteroids or steroid hormones released from the adrenal gland. Corticosteroids are also known as adrenal corticosteroids. Glucocorticoids are synthesized and released when corticotropin or adrenocorticotropin hormone is released from the anterior pituitary. If you look into the brand name of this drug, there are n number of brand name for these drugs. For example, hydrocortisone, the brand name is hydrocodone. For prednisone, it's deltazone. For prednisolone, it's prelone. For methylprednisolone, it's medrol. For dexamethasone, it's decadron. And for betamethasone, it's celestone. Now, the therapeutic uses of glucocorticoids. It is used in autoimmune disorders. They suppress inflammation from autoimmune reaction. This can reduce pain, swelling, cramping, and itching. It is also used in allergies and asthma. Glucocorticoids can treat this overreaction by stopping the inflammation and calming immune cell activity. It is also used in adrenal insufficiency. If you have adrenal insufficiency, your body can't produce enough cortisol. This can be a result of conditions such as Addison's disease or surgical removal of your adrenal gland. GC can be used to replace cortisol that your body can no longer make. Heart failure. Short-term use of glucocorticoids can help treat heart failure by increasing your body's ability to respond to certain diuretics. However, this isn't a common use. Skin conditions. In certain skin conditions like eczema to poison ivy are treated with GCs. These include over-the-counter and prescription topical creams that you apply to your skin and medication that you take by mouth. Cancer. Glucocorticoids can be used in cancer therapy to reduce some of the side effects of chemotherapy. They may also be used to kill some cancer cells in some cancers. Now, if we look into the pharmacological action, here the glucocorticoid is carried via the transporter glucocorticoid binding protein. It then binds to the glucocorticoid receptor complex, which is coupled to two heat shock proteins called HSP90 and HSP70, located within the cell cytoplasm. This activates the receptor and dissociates the two proteins from the complex allowing the activated glucocorticoid receptor complex to translocate into the nucleus, where it binds to the glucocorticoid response element. This activate the complex and alters gene transcription. Firstly, it regulates the gene for lipocotin. Secondly, the activated complex decreases gene transcription for other proteins, leading to a downregulation of the COX2 enzyme or the cyclooxygenase 2 enzyme. Lipocotin inhibits phospholipase A2 enzyme and prevents the liberation of arachidonic acid from the membrane phospholipids. This reduces the production of prostaglandins and from boxin A2. Now, if you look into the side effects, glucocorticoids may sound like a miracle drug, but they do have side effects. Some of these side effects can be very damaging. This is why these drugs aren't prescribed for long term use. These drugs can increase your blood sugar level, which can trigger temporary and possibly long term diabetes, suppress your body's ability to absorb calcium, which can lead to osteoporosis, increase your cholesterol and triglyceride levels, increase your risk of ulcers and gastritis. It can delay your wound healing, which requires a certain amount of inflammation. It can suppress your immune system and make you more prone to infections. Long term use of glucocorticoids can cause loss of muscle tissue. It can also result in Cushing syndrome, which can lead to a fatty hump between your shoulders, round face, weight gain, pink stretch marks, weakened bones, diabetes, high blood pressure, thin skin, slow healing, acne, irregular menstrual cycles, decreased libido, fatigue, and depression. If we look into the dosing system, the dose for the following glucocorticoids are as follows. Hydrocortisone, the equivalent dose is 20 mg. For prednisone, it's 5 mg. For prednisolone, it's 5 mg. For methylprednisolone, it's 4 mg. For triamcinolone, it's 4 mg. For betamethasone, it's 0.6 to 0.75 mg. And for dexamethasone, it's 0.75 mg. The route of administration for glucocorticoids can be via several non-systemic routes, including intra-articular joint injections for joint inflammation, inhalational for asthma, topical for dermatological problems, ocular drops for eye condition, and intranasal for seasonal rhinitis. Glucocorticoids can be contradicted in the following situations. If you have a weakened immune system or are at increased risk of an infection, if you have an active infection, including measles or chickenpox, if you have high blood pressure, congestive heart failure, or diabetes, if you have a disorder affecting your digestive tract like inflammatory bowel disease, peptic ulcer disease, or holes in your intestines, if you have seizures, if you have mood disorder, or you have a condition involving hormone balance like thyroid disorder or osteoporosis. If we look into the drug interaction, they are as follows. These are the following classes which, when interact with glucocorticoids, can show the following effect. If we look into the drugs of anti-seizure and antimicrobials, it can reduce glucocorticoid effect due to increased clearance. The class of the drugs such as antimicrobials, antifungal, antiviral, when reacted with glucocorticoids, can increase glucocorticoid effects due to decreased clearance. And if we look into the class of drugs such as anticoagulant, diuretics, or hypoglycemic, which when reacts with glucocorticoids may increase anticoagulant effect of warfarin, may increase the risk of tendinopathy, and cause glucose dysregulation. Patient counseling. Glucocorticoids can be useful drugs for many different treatments. However, it is important to balance the need for glucocorticoid therapy against the side effects. We should tell them about any side effects they have. It is also important to take the drugs exactly as directed, including when you're stopping them, because doctor may wean you off your medication slowly to prevent withdrawal. We should avoid glucocorticoids if the patient is allergic to glucocorticoids or is taking medication for a fungal infection or has an infection of malaria in the brain. Now it's time for some quiz. Number 1. How are glucocorticoids secreted from the adrenal gland? The following are the options. And the correct option is the middle layer of the adrenal cortex secretes glucocorticoids after it is stimulated by the ACTH hormone in response to stress. The second question is who invented the drug glucocorticoids? And the correct answer is Calvin Kendall. What is the equivalent dose for hydrocortisone? And the correct answer is 20 mg. Glucocorticoids are secreted from the adrenal medulla. Is it true or is it false? It is false. It is secreted from the adrenal cortex. Patient with fungal infection can be given glucocorticoids. It's false. Well, that's it from me. Thank you.